Hey guys, in 1883, a strange craft washed ashore in Japan. Since then, people have been debating what it is and who was the woman inside. This is Utsuro bune, Japan's ancient UFO. The story begins in the coastal village of Kyasu in the early 1880s. Fishermen had been battling a massive typhoon for days. But as the storm began to subside, they saw something floating in the distance. It was a large, round object about 30 feet in diameter, made of a lightweight metal that looked like burnished copper. The object had a hatch on the side and a ramp leading up to a flat top. As it got closer, they realized there was a woman inside. When the object finally reached the shore, villagers gathered around it, but no one dared go near it. One fisherman, however, was not so hesitant. He rowed out to meet it and saw a hatch in the side open up. The woman emerged and collapsed on the beach. When the townspeople finally got up the courage to approach her, they found she was badly decomposed, wearing a strange one-piece garment with what looked like hieroglyphics on it. Her hair was also very unusual, long and flowing like seaweed. She had no face, though. I thought her head seemed almost entirely blank, like a skull without any features. A local doctor examined her and found no vital organs, only an extremely thick layer of fat. He also found traces of a drug in her system that he believed may have been an anesthetic of some kind. There were no signs of life on the beach except for the woman. No plants, no animals, just sand and rocks. Soon, the Japanese military arrived and took both the woman and the object into their possession. The object was apparently sent to the Ministry of the Navy in Tokyo, where it was examined by experts. They concluded that it was a type of foreign boat unlike any they had ever seen before. However, the true origin of the craft remains unknown. The woman, who had been named Utsuro after the unidentified craft, was initially buried in an unmarked grave. However, after an investigation, her remains were turned over to her family, and she was given a proper burial. But why was this case covered up? Well, the Japanese government didn't want people to know about the mysterious craft that had washed ashore, nor did they want people to know that a strange woman with no face had been found inside. It was a bizarre occurrence that defied explanation. However, some believe that the story was actually a cover-up. Perhaps there had been a fatal accident involving a military airship or a submarine. Maybe the woman was a spy who had been killed. Or maybe, just maybe, there really was a UFO, and the government didn't want the public to know the truth. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching.